Welcome to this edition of Cibola Treasures. I'm Barbara Wesley, your host, and we are entering the holiday season. And with that said, there's so many things that we're planning for this December. So stay tuned. Robert Hayes is our guest, and he's the Grants Fire Chief. He's going to be talking to us about safety things that we need to be implementing during the holiday season, and also his goals for 2017. Also, John Ask and Alice Pettis are here with the Grants and Gallup Pantry, and then there's a big event, Pancake Breakfast with Santa, that they're sponsoring along with First Street Cafe. And then Mark Lowther is hosting his annual event on December the 5th, and it's Life Isn't a Piece of Cake, but anyway, you need to go down to the Grants High School to see what they're doing, because cake will be served, and you will be it's a wonderful opportunity to share the things that are happening in your life. And then, of course, we have our Smith's Cooking Show, so stay tuned.
El Cafecito is an icon on historic Route 66 in Grants, serving your friends, family, and visitors for 30 years. The aroma of their famous chili welcomes you as you enter. Their friendly, efficient staff greets you. What's your favorite, red or green? El Cafecito prepares your favorite chili fresh every day. A visit to the spotless kitchen reveals where the award-winning chili is made. The efficient staff are preparing El Cafecito's famous meals you can count on, the best service every day. It's always time to go to El Cafecito. If you enjoy breakfast, you'll love breakfast at El Cafecito. Try one of the top 10 rated burritos in the state of New Mexico. Or maybe you're in the mood for eggs, bacon, and hash browns with green chili. There are so many items on the menu, even French toast. Ready for lunch? Hamburgers with French fries is a great choice. Make dining out for dinner special. Try the steak prepared just the way you like it. It's a meal you will tell your friends about. Sopapillas are good any time of the day. And that's not all. El Cafecito has just the right venue for your receptions, banquets, special occasions, and business meetings. Utilize the state-of-the-art electronics for the perfect professional presentation. Late for work or need a meal quickly? Call 285-6229. The drive-up window will have your orders in a jiffy. El Cafecito is famous for the best New Mexican food and their friendly, fast service. Located at 820 East Santa Fe Avenue.
Welcome to this segment of Cibola Treasures. In our studio today is a treasure. I've known Mark for probably almost 20 years, maybe,
easily.
At least.
Easily.
And Mark, there is an event that you have been working on for the last couple of years?
Well, every year on the 5th of December, we would celebrate my sobriety as a recovering alcoholic. And we would bring cakes and discuss recovery and the challenges associated with it and hope. And so last year, 47 cakes showed up in the morning before school, and students just came from everywhere, and the newspaper came, and it just grew into such a big event that this year The students have decided to make it a community-wide event to celebrate hope. And we are talking about share your story, share your hope. And many times we talk about our experience and our strength and our hope, and we might affect people without even realizing it. I get letters a year after somebody made a decision based on something that I might have said. And so I think it's important that we share what we're doing and share where we've been, and that could potentially give hope to others. And my students want to make this into a gigantic event, so they're driving this
Okay.
on the 5th of December this year.
And we're going to hear from the students, and I should mention that Mark Lowther has blessed me in so many ways over the years. I cannot begin to identify all the ways in which that has happened, and I want to thank you for
Well,
this program, because
it.
there are times when you brought me hope, didn't even know it. I look back and I think, yes, you did. So thank you, Mark.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, we're here again with the youngsters, the high school students, the men and women of our high school that are promoting it ain't a piece of cake, but there's always hope. And so would you identify yourself to our audience, please?
My name is Kimberly Candelaria, and I am a senior at Grants High School.
Okay, and what is your role at the high school?
I am the Student Senate and Class of 2017 President, as well as helping with this event.
Okay, and your name?
I am Noah Cedillo. I am also a senior at Grants High School. And what I do is I work with Anchors, which is the community service that we do at the high school. And I've been helping out with this program since I've heard about it.
Wonderful. So what are you going to be doing for this program? And I guess the first question is, what does it mean to you, first of all?
Well, since we started this last year, it has just really inspired me to share hope and just to, I guess, just be like better myself, and just, like I said, just spread the hope to everyone and try to get the message out to not only our school and our town, but like everywhere.
Okay. And what about you? What does it mean to you?
For this, it means the entire world to me, to be able to help out Mr. Lowther in any way that he can. I've had him for a math class, and he's inspired me to help out people that I don't even know. So just as Kim has, I have been on social medias talking about it, trying to get people to come out here. And I've also been on the ground, going towards different stores around here, different clubs, and asking them if they would like to tell people about this. So I've been handing out flyers towards them.
Okay. Now, Mr. Lowther had mentioned that he celebrates his day of sobriety, but it's not just for that, is it?
No, it's not. It's trying to spread hope for everything. Like, say someone has cancer, just hope for them, or if they're going through depression, anything like that, just hope that you can get through it and you can just be happy.
Okay. What does it mean to you?
For me, it's more on a personal level, because my mom, she's going through brain cancer right now, a level 4 glioblastoma. So I'm having hope for her that she can get better, and for my brother who's going through addictions right now. So I have hope, and even for other people that are going through this right now, because there are people in the community who are going through certain struggles. And for me, I just want to tell them that there is hope.
Well, I think that that's important, because every person I see has some area in which they need encouragement. Some area. Some of it's financial, some of it's physical, medical, some of it's mentioned depression. We have a huge number of people in our community that suffer from depression for various reasons. And there's just so many people, as we look around our town, there is not one person that I know of that does not need hope. We all do. So what are you doing for this event?
Well, yesterday I created multiple social media pages because social media is a great way to spread the message to everyone and get everyone to know about it. So I made a Facebook page, a Twitter account, and an Instagram account so people could follow it and keep updated on it and about what we're going to do. And it's starting to build up a lot of attention now, so we're just trying to share it and spread it to everyone.
Okay. I understand that last year there were like 300 cakes that came in, and maybe I heard maybe it was 300 people that came in to share cake and share their stories. And most of the time we're very reluctant to share a story, aren't we? But this gives that freedom, that opportunity, that free opportunity to share the things that we might be experiencing. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience, either one of you?
I just want to say, come out here, have a slice of cake with us, and we'll let you know that there is still hope. There is always hope to be found here in this world.
Okay. All right.
Like he said, just come have a piece of cake with us on December 5th at Grants High School and spread hope and share your story.
Okay, and where will that cake be located? Will it be in Mr. Lowther's office?
It'll be just throughout the school, in the
it'll be-
hallways, I believe.
Okay, so it'll be throughout the school.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we're back with students from Grants High School. It ain't a piece of cake, but there's always hope. And that refers to life. Life is not a piece of cake,
No, it's
right?
not.
So, tell us your name.
My name is Lauren Martinez, and I'm a junior at Grants High School, and I'm a part of the Gear Up. So I'm a mentor, so for freshmen, on their first day of school or throughout high school in general, we help guide them and what to expect for certain classes, what to avoid, what to get involved in. So.
Okay, very good. And your name?
My name is Destiny Wright. I am also part of Gear Up at Grants High School, mentoring the freshmen. And that's just all about inspiring hope to them and letting them know that yes, school can be difficult, but we can always get through it. There's always different resources and opportunities.
Wonderful. Okay. Opportunities. Okay, so this is an opportunity to share stories in a very safe environment, isn't it?
It is.
And do either of you have a story that you would like to share, say from something you heard last year or something that's more current?
Well, I just know that recently I just lost my grandfather, and I was very close to him, and he was a big part of my life, and it was very easy to go talk to Mr. Lowther or to go talk to other students about this turmoil that was in my life at that time. And I'm just very thankful that I had them to talk to about it, because he definitely gave me hope that it will get better. It takes time, but it will only get better.
Okay. And do you have a story that you'd like to share?
I do. This one is kind of current and it's kind of in the past as well. My mother has a really good friend, and he has gone through so much in his life. He has gone through drug addiction. He has gone through alcoholism. He's been to jail multiple times, and he's been in recovery multiple times because it just keeps relapsing. And currently he's in there again. And he is actually wanting now to get out of the country once he's free, to stay away from who's ever influencing him to get back into it, who's making him relapse and stuff like that. He wants to go out into Syria, I believe, and he's actually going to do a program over there. And it's actually going to be with other people, and it's actually going to be encouraging other people to help work and help fulfill their lives. And so he is currently doing that, and he did write a letter that we will be sharing through social media of his story. And there's also a really current situation that's happened. Sorry. My dog Isabel.
It's okay. We're here for her.
Okay. So my dog Isabel, she currently got injured, and we don't know how. It happened really recently, Tuesday of last week, and we came home and she couldn't use her back legs, and so we found out she's paralyzed from the middle of her back all the way down to her feet. And right now she's really just struggling. She hasn't been eating, and so that's made it to where she can't hold herself up on her own and stuff like that. And so it comes to the point where she may have to be put down. But we've kept hope, and we've been encouraging her herself. We've been helping her walk by holding her hind legs, and that really, really brought up her emotional point. And so now she's starting to get hope, and she's starting to spread light. And now she's starting to eat again after not eating for 2 days, and she's hopefully going to get her strength back so she can actually hold herself up now, because now she can't support her own body weight. But so we've kept hope, and we haven't given up on her, and that encouraged her to keep fighting for her life. And so now we're just seeing improvement.
Right. You know, we can all be a catalyst, can't we, for hope?
Yes.
We can always encourage one another or another person, and that's important for us. It helps all of us as we remind one another how dependent we are on one another and what they mean to us and what we can do to encourage them.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, we will be bringing that hope for your pup
Thank you.
and for your friend, and hope for you as you continue to remember your grandfather. Okay? Right. Okay, it's December the 5th, and it's at Grants High School. Our community is invited to, it ain't a piece of cake, but there's always hope. So remember, go down to Grants High School on December the 5th. Starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. I understand that Mr. Lowther's classroom last year was just covered in cakes. And so if you want to donate a cake, if you want to come and share your story, we will probably be there to film some of this. So keep that in mind too. I want to thank these young ladies and the gentlemen here for coming forth and sharing this opportunity with our community. And again, I want to thank Mark Lowther for what he means to me and what he has done for me. And that means a lot. So I want to thank all of you for your contribution to the community,
Thank you.
to the world, that it ain't a piece of cake, but there's always hope.
Oh no, maybe he'll give me a warning.
108 Regional. I'll be on a traffic stop. I'm with the Cibola County Sheriff's Office. The reason I'm stopping you is because you weren't maintaining your lane. Do you have your driver's license, registration, and insurance with you today?
Yes, I do.
Sir, have you consumed any alcohol today?
No, I haven't.
I can smell alcohol coming from the vehicle, sir. Are you sure?
Okay, maybe I had 2 beers.
Sir, place your hands behind your back for me. I'm going to be placing you under arrest for DWI.
Welcome to this segment of Cibola Treasures. In our studio today are 2 people that are very, very important to our community as well as the community of Gallup. And so let's start with you, Alice. What is your name and title?
My name is Alice Perez. I'm located in Gallup, New Mexico. I am the executive director of the community pantry there, but we also oversee the grants pantry here. So I work with John and help him accomplish the goals set for Cibola County.
Okay. And John, what are you, besides having a boss in Gallup, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm trying to reach out to different localities. One of them is Fence Lake. I'm trying to reach out to the people that we need to all work together to make this pantry a great success. And in doing so, we can help to add to the economy if we have the right resources to make that work.
Okay. So you're the director here for the Grants Pantry.
I am the director.
Okay, very good. So we have something that's happening here in Grants, and we want to let our audience know just what that is because it's going to be a big event. So which of you would like to tell? Alice, you want to
John
tell?
would like for me to tell.
Okay.
No.
Okay, and this is where it's to tell the truth. Okay. So we got
Okay.
really and truly, we have an event that's coming up that is going to be phenomenal.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to be having breakfast with Santa Claus. It's going to be a pancake breakfast, and we want the entire community to come out. Bring all of your children, your grandchildren, bring people from all over Cibola County. It's going to be a fundraiser for the pantry, and we are conjoining this fundraiser with First Street Cafe. Rochelle and her crew were generous enough to let us use their facilities, and they are going to be a big contributor to this event by making sure that everything is supplied for us. The cost is going to be $10 per person from 6th grade on up, and $7 per person 5th grade on down. It is going to be held on Saturday, December 10th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Okay. And you said breakfast with who?
Santa Claus.
Okay.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, so we're going to actually have Santa Claus come in.
Yes.
Okay.
Santa Claus is going to be there.
Okay. So will there be someone taking pictures for that child with Santa? Or?
Yes, we are working on that currently. So.
Okay, very good. Because I can remember when my children were little, that was a big thing to have your picture taken with Santa. So right now, we are really struggling with our pantry, aren't we?
Yes, we are. It is in dire need. We are needing donations for the pantry here in Grants. One thing that a lot of people don't understand is, as a pantry, as a nonprofit organization, we have significant buying power. And people will bring us food, and which is great, don't get me wrong. Food drives are absolutely wonderful. But when you bring us 1 can of green beans, we are able to give out 1 can of green beans. When you bring us $1, we are able to buy 7 cans of green beans. And with the population of Grants in Cibola County, if we were able to collect $1 per person in this community, that would help the Grants Pantry tremendously. And the pantry's success is going to be the community's success.
Right. Well, I have said for years that if everyone in our community donated $1 a month, $1 a month, because there are overhead expenses, aren't there?
Yes.
Quite a bit.
So we've got electricity. We have to, I understand that there is a freezer that's waiting to be brought in, but first of all, we don't have a place that will accommodate it.
We got the freezer in. We brought it, the sheriff,
Oh,
Came
Tony
and-
Mace.
he came and picked it up at my facility in Arizona and brought it over, and it's sitting outside. But there's a little bit of a cement slab that we have to put in, and then we have to raise the roof a little bit so that we can slide the unit in, because it's a tall unit, and it will accommodate quite a bit of stuff because it's a walk-in freezer.
Okay, very good.
So
But those are some needs that we have. A concrete slab is already there, or you need a
I need an extension on it.
you need an extension on the
Yes.
concrete slab, and then you need someone that's handy with tools and
Yes.
can go in and raise the roof, as they say.
Yeah.
Right. And so then there are things that you have to pass an inspection too, don't you?
That's coming up in March, and if it isn't done, you have to understand that if it isn't done, the ability for us to receive government funding and food is gone. And when that's gone, then the only time that this pantry will be of any success is when the truck comes here once a month to give food to the people. And that'll be a very, very hurtful thing to a lot of people. It's very much needed, all of this stuff that we have to do. And I've tried to emphasize this to different organizations. And so it needs to be done.
Okay.
And not too long a period of time.
Sure, absolutely. So we need a slab. We need someone with carpentry skills that can volunteer those skills. We need people to donate money. And right now, we need turkeys for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes, we do.
So that we can provide those to the community. So when you buy a turkey for yourself, buy an extra turkey for the pantry. I'm sure that you would even be willing to accept a turkey breast instead of a whole turkey.
Yeah, even a small turkey, it doesn't have to be a big one.
Right.
A small one is better because I can reach more people.
But it cannot be food that has been opened.
Right.
It has to be completely sealed, okay?
Yeah.
And we're always looking for different ways to get other organizations involved with us too. So I would like to challenge some of the local businesses around here to help out their community by donating to the pantry here in Grants.
Okay, very good.
We have one thing that is at our back right now. It's the fact that we only have one more day to hand out turkeys because of the fact that Thanksgiving is the following week and we're going to be closed that week. So if we do get them, we will have that stuff ready for Christmas holidays.
Okay.
So
Okay.
either one, we're going to accept it so that we can get something to the people.
Right.
And we've started this morning handing out turkeys and hams.
Good. Super. And a ham will work as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Super. Okay. I was even told last year, because I had picked up a couple of turkeys to donate, and I was said even a big hen, you know, a big hen would work, or
Yes.
whatever, something that's a protein, a good meat protein would work.
Yes.
In fact, we got several that were donated by Walmart.
Wonderful.
And this morning we handed out those to people that we thought would be needy in that respect. So we're trying to help out the best we can.
Wonderful. Okay. So, breakfast.
Pancake breakfast with Santa Claus
Right.
at First Street Cafe
Okay.
on the 10th.
And that's the same day as the Christmas light parade or holiday light parade, I believe. So if you want to bring your child down for pancake breakfast with Santa, there'll be a crew here waiting to serve you, and the proceeds of that will go to the pantry. And we're very grateful to Rochelle at First Street Cafe,
Yes.
because she is so kind and so generous with her time and with her people. And so they're donating theirs too.
Yes, they're donating the supplies, they're donating their employee hours, they're donating their utilities to cook for us and everything else. So
Right. And by the way, I don't know if you have ever gotten a pancake from First Street Cafe. A short stack is this big around with two pancakes that are that thick. And they are so wonderful. So, you know, even a short stack is a lot of pancake. And even one pancake is a big
yes.
pancake. So,
I mean, it's going to have sausage or bacon and juice as well. I mean, it's pretty much a full breakfast.
okay, so you have sausage or bacon, juice, golly gee, coffee.
Yes.
Super. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm excited. No.
Well, I think we all should be excited because, you know, Rochelle is known for so many wonderful things that she has done in the community over the past. And so this is just another way that she's reaching out to the pantry.
Right.
That's great. So in closing, we need to remember that the local pantry needs donations. money is better than one can of stuff, except when it comes to the turkeys.
Yes.
Okay.
Food drives are still very much encouraged. If you have a community service project here in Grants or Cibola County, a food drive is absolutely wonderful because that helps out with our emergency food boxes. It helps out with our homeless packages and things like that.
Okay.
And on top of that, it helps out with the commodity program that we have, because the commodity program in itself is wonderful, but it's basically lined up for one person. And with larger families, we can add to it to help that stretch out. So the food drive is great. It helps us there.
Okay. Well, I can remember years ago that the pantry was full and overflowing. And a while back I went to the pantry and the cupboards were bare. I mean, bare. And so in our community, it's that time of the season when we reach out to our neighbors that are less fortunate than we. And I would ask you to participate in the Pancake Breakfast with Santa on the 10th, and it's from 8 until 11.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's at First Street Cafe. And then whatever your donation might be, whether it's a turkey or $1 or $5 or $10, remember the pantry can use every single contribution that you make. Alice and John, I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Barbara.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
And I want to thank you, our audience, for tuning in to this segment of Cibola Treasures.
Riverside Auto Diesel is the place to go for everything mechanical. Bicycles, motorcycles, RVs, cars, and semis too. Car a little sluggish? Riverside Auto Diesel can fix you up with routine oil changes and a tune-up. Then your car or truck will have superb engine performance. Tires for every truck or car are available at Riverside Auto Diesel. You'll experience the difference with the right tire for your vehicle. Transmissions need routine service. Don't get caught in the middle of nowhere with a transmission failure. A cool car is a pleasure to drive when the weather is not. An air conditioner leak can be repaired and you're off to an enjoyable summer. When your car breaks down, or you have an unfortunate accident, Riverside Auto Diesel has road service and towing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Friendly, knowledgeable, ASE certified mechanics. Riverside Auto Diesel is New Mexico state approved. For all of your mechanical and automotive needs, see Keith Ford at Riverside Auto Diesel, located at 1433 East Old Historic Route 66. Call 287-3543 or 290-7459.
Welcome to this segment of Cibola Treasures. In our studio today is Robert Hayes, and Robert Hayes has a title in our community. Why don't you tell our audience? We have new people coming in all the time, and they may not have met you.
Well, hopefully they will, but I'm the fire chief. I've been here now 8 years as the chief, and in January I'll click over 35 years in the fire service.
Okay, here in Grants?
Here in Grants, yes.
35
years, yes.
So you started as a child?
82, so
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you've seen a lot of changes take place in
Yes.
that 35-year period.
Quite a few.
The community has changed drastically.
It has grown quite a bit with the ebb and flow of the economy, but for the most part, it's quite a viable, vibrant community. Yes.
Yes, it is. And the fire department has quite a presence in the community, especially during the holiday season.
It's some of our busiest time, yes, and we try and promote fire safety during this time, and it's quite a challenge on occasion.
Sure. So what are some of the things that you do to promote fire safety? What do you do as a department?
As a department, we invite some of the commercial establishments to have us come in and do inspections. There's no charge. In 2017, we're going to be doing pre-fire planning for the entire city. That's my goal in 2017, is to pre-fire plan every commercial, every public building. And if anybody wants to get in on that, we will pre-fire plan all of the buildings for safety and for our knowledge before an event happens. We just received a new data system from dispatch, and we're going to incorporate all of that information in that data system so that anybody can have it that's in the emergency system. So if they need to know where the gas meter is or the electric meter is, they'll know because of pre-fire planning, and all that will be in there. And we're going to take that as a challenge for 2017.
Okay, golly, the whole city.
The entire city, yes.
Do you think that's even feasible in 1 year?
Yes. We have about 300 commercial buildings and about 50 public buildings. And we've got about 30 to 35% already completed. And we'll be updating those, but we're going to be doing every building. That's going to be my task for my crew for 2017, is to try and go out, introduce themselves again, and provide an inspection and a safety note for all of those buildings.
Okay, so what are some of the things that you look for when you do the fire safety?
Well, our inspections are the extinguishers, which we've looked at in this building just today. Egress, how to get out, exits that are illuminated, any plans, exit plans for your staff on site. We look for electrical and natural gas meters for the building so we know where they're at. Any trouble areas, like if we have fences or animals to get into, if we have a problem getting into the building, we will try and note all of those. And then if it's a pitched roof, we have some roofs in town that are still shake shingle, which is very hazardous.
Right.
And we'll note if it's 2 or 3 story. We have the first and only ladder truck in the entire county, and we're going to be making sure that we know how to get positioned for that unit if it's needed.
Okay. So we're looking for electrical shut off, I guess.
The meter shut off, yes.
And then you're looking for gas shut off.
The gas shut off as well.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's accessible, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're hidden. Sometimes it's a challenge to find where they're at during an emergency event. And having that pre-fire plan, we have what is called an MDT, a mobile data terminal, is what we'll have, and we'll have those available to us, so we can pipe that up on the way to the call, and they can pre-fire plan what they need to do, where they need to set up the fire apparatus, and what we need to look out for.
Okay.
Because it's always dangerous for us to show up to an event, but we need to make it as safe as possible for everybody on scene, either the homeowner or my personnel.
Okay, very good. So fire prevention, what do you do to get that out into the community?
Well, every October is Fire Prevention Month or Fire Prevention Week because of the great fire that happened in Chicago 115 some odd years ago, and that's why we always have Fire Prevention Week. But all year long, I try and stress that you need to have a working smoke detector in your house. That is the most prominent thing that will keep you alive and your family. The next thing is you have to have a plan to escape and where to be after you have left your house so that everybody can be accounted for. We've got quite a few pamphlets that I've brought, fire safety checklist, after the fire, something in Spanish as well.
Okay, we've got one in Spanish, and this is
fire prevention.
Fire prevention.
Fire prevention.
So here's a fire safety
checklist.
Yep. And
we got this one, protecting you from fire, things to do as well. This is what you do for your safety, and this is what you do with your family. It's like a drill is what it is. And then this one especially is what happens, what you do after the fire, because we put the fire out and we leave, but some people don't know what to do after that happens. It can be very hazardous to live in the building, contact your insurance agency and what have you. We have all these pamphlets sitting at the fire station that are welcome to anybody who wants to come and get 2 or 3 or 4 of them.
Okay, are these distributed to the schools for youngsters?
No, they aren't. These are all the adult aspect of them. I have coloring books for the kids, but I don't have enough for the entire district. But you can come by and pick up a coloring book for the children as many as you want. We get these all from FEMA, and I just get online and order them as we need them.
Okay, very good. And when you look at protecting your family, fire safety checklist, we would do this first. The
checklist is first. That's exactly it. It'll go through and tell you what to look for: frayed cords, trip hazards. And about this time of year, I'd like you to check your chimneys, your flues, Changing the filters in all of your furnaces is one thing, because if you don't have the air coming in that can get to the combustion chamber for your furnace, carbon monoxide can be pumped into your house.
Sure.
And that's one of the things we need to worry about. A
So-
fire that's non-burning effectively can take you over.
So in addition to the smoke detector, we need,
An inspection of your furnace.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That can be done by any of your natural gas providers in the area. I don't propone anybody, just contact the one that you are connected to.
Sure. And then protecting your family from fire.
It shows about, on the back here especially, is how to get out, where to put your smoke detectors, the whole 9 yards. How to contact the fire department. Some people don't know. You can call 911 and we'll show up. You can call the direct lines, which are in the phone book.
Okay. And then after the fire.
After the fire, yes. If things,
This is a tragic time.
yes, it's a very, very hard time for many people. We've had a couple of fires recently, and we've been able to move them, or not us, but they were able to get a hold of American Red Cross, and they are a great help in the entire state. But this is what you can do after the fire happens. Something we don't think about. We never think, oh, fire's
Right.
never going to happen at home.
Right,
But it
right.
might. But you
And
never
there's
know.
there's so many ways that they can, I see, especially in some older homes, mobile homes that have been paid for, they're not even insured.
They can be, yes, and that's a shame that there's no insurance for that. And if a home burns down, it's a very tragic day. And this is what some of the avenues that you have to get through that.
Sure. Now, do you distribute these to people that have endured a fire?
I have them available to them. We don't bring them with them on the trucks because it's kind of the last thing they want to worry about at that point. They want to make sure all
Sure.
their family is safe, their animals are safe, and whatever belongings are available are able to be gotten out of the house.
Okay. So how do you and your team deal with these tragedies? I mean, what is the reaction that you go through? We tend to think of, our policemen, our firefighters, our officials that are first line responders, right? It's just their job, but it's more than that, isn't it?
It is, and this is a calling. This is not just a job. You have to really want to go into a burning building, and that's what my team does. They will go in and see if they need to get you if it's burning. For the majority, I have always told them we'll fight the fire from the outside. That's all there is to it. But we've seen some tragedy. We have a state agency that is able to help those when we have lost people in fire, and they have come to talk with my crew, my team. Not just us, but everybody in the county, everybody in the state has ability to have some of that one-on-one correspondence with somebody if this happens. So
Right.
it's always available to them. Even the police department has it as well.
Sure, sure. Well, it's not an easy job, and of course we see these shows on television with all the drama
Yes.
that every day, every minute of every hour, and the drama, the personal drama, but dealing with these things in our community has to leave some scars. I mean,
And inside, yes, it can happen. It can build up, and we've lost quite a few people out of the industry because of that. And it's just something that we just have to deal with and know that when you come on the job, this is part of what you might have to run into.
Sure. So you said 35 years you have been involved here in Grants,
Here in Grants.
with the fire department.
Yes.
Okay. And what would you like to tell our audience about the holiday season besides the checking for the chimneys and cleaning them out and getting them clean? What else happens during the holiday season that could cause a fire?
Well, a lot of people take their the wrapping paper and throw it into the fireplace. Please don't do that. It burns very quickly and it just spreads ashes all over your neighborhood. Could cause fires that way. We plug everything in, to our outlets, wanting to illuminate the house. Also, be careful when you're putting up your lights. People are not careful when they're on their ladders and what have you. We've had a couple of people fall. So that is also an imminent danger. Be very careful. Do it with someone else helping you. Don't do it by yourself.
Right.
Try and have someone helping you to put them up. and just don't put the ashes from your fireplace in the trash. We go to probably 5 or 6 trash can fires, and by the time we get there, all that's left is the wheels.
Okay.
So, if you can imagine, well, we've rolled up on a few of them. That, where's the fire at? We'll get a call and look at the curb, and the wheels are left, and that's it.
Okay. Well, that's a humorous
That's
thing.
the humorous part. We're
Right.
good. We put a little bit of water on to put it out, but hey, the wheels are all that's left of these poor trash cans because they're all made out of plastic.
Right. And then you respond to accidents as well.
We do on the interstate. We have quite a few accidents. We've had quite a few recently that have been very tragic. But we go to every accident between the 81 and the 85 mile marker. Sometimes we're asked to help out some of our other agencies toward Yakima or Milan or Blue Water.
Okay.
We've helped out quite a few of our agencies.
Okay. So if you are preparing for the holiday season, remember that you can go by and pick up the fire safety checklist, protecting your family from fire, and then just for information, what to do after the fire. And remember, I think that I have seen people plug in all kinds of Christmas stuff into an outlet that could not accommodate
Yes,
it.
it won't accommodate them. And our older houses may not have the breakers that'll trip when they're supposed to, but please try and refrain from that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then just overloading the circuits, and
Yes.
then fires are caused, and going off and leaving.
Exactly. Please turn your lights off when you leave. People like to see them up at night. Only have them on when you're home.
Okay. Good advice.
Yes.
Okay, Robert, I think our time is up, but thank you for coming and sharing. And there's something else, too, that we should mention that the fire department is involved in. If you are an individual that uses a printer, remember that the schools recycle that. Robert's involved in
Yes.
that. If you're a business and you have computers, we've gone through several printers here at our studio, and the ink is no longer applicable to the new equipment that we have.
Exactly.
So remember, donate that. You can do it at the police department.
Or the fire department.
The fire department, or at the school.
Yes, Mesa View.
Mesa View Elementary School. So keep that in mind as well. There's so many things that you're involved in, and we thank you for your dedication and the sacrifices that you have made for our community.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you for tuning in to this segment of Cibola Treasures.
We had been called up for the first time. Wildfires were getting close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
Well, we're doing a Smith's breakfast this morning, and what I'd like to start off with is the Kroger sausage. We like the hot sausage, and by the way, if you compare this with the other brands, it's cheaper. And then I have mentioned before how much I like this pancake mix. And I don't know if it's our altitude or just what, but I have had difficulty getting my pancakes to rise. And with this mix, they rise nicely. But I have added some things to it. Sometimes I'll add a little oatmeal, I'll add banana to it, I'll add cinnamon and nutmeg, and vanilla, and make it into a different flavor. Well, today I added the strawberry, cranberry, honey nut mixture that I had. It's called salad pizzazz, but I've used it for a number of different things besides salads. And then, of course, I've added blueberries. So blueberries are so good for us, and I've added blueberries to the pancakes. So these pancakes, we could call them loaded pancakes. We've heard of the loaded potato. Well, today we've got a loaded pancake. And I prefer the microwavable syrup because this is Hungry Jack. It's not a Kroger's brand, but you can pop this in the microwave, heat it up, and if you want hot or warm syrup on your pancakes, then you've got syrup to go. And then when I find eggs, these eggs are called Simply Truth And when I find these eggs on sale, they're only $1.25 for a dozen, and I'll pick up several dozen because we go through eggs. So this is what we've come up with for breakfast this morning, and it's a pancake with syrup, sausage, and eggs, scrambled eggs. So this is our breakfast today, and we can't forget something really important, and that is the Kroger coffee. I happened to be in Kroger's one day and I was looking at coffee, and this person came up to me and said, "I have found the very best coffee. It's better than any coffee, even the most expensive coffees." And so we have started using the Kroger brand coffee, and it's as good as you'll find. And we have started using it here at the office, and we're satisfied. So this is our Kroger breakfast this morning. We just wish you were down here to enjoy it with us. I'm going to have a little cup of coffee, and we're going to make this the best Smith's breakfast that there is. So enjoy. Well, we started out with breakfast, and now we're going to do lunch or dinner. And Smith's has a new product. It's called Natural Ground Turkey, and it's a Simply Truth product. It's brand new in Smith's right now, and it's reasonably priced. I had not worked with ground turkey before and discovered that it handles very differently than beef does. Well, what I added to this was onion and bell pepper, both green and red. I added about a tablespoon of olive oil, some thyme and basil. I was out of Italian seasoning. I added about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, a good hefty, probably a tablespoon of garlic, and for the sauce I used the marinara sauce, a private collection marinara sauce for the sauce. And when I started to work with it, I discovered that it just did not handle the same way that ground beef does. And so I added some breadcrumbs to it, and that gave it a little more stability. I think that if I were doing it again, I would use bigger breadcrumbs, put more olive oil in it, because I've found that they're dry. This is like a 97% fat-free product, and I would add a little more olive oil to it. And so when I started to make these, I found the provolone, the very thin provolone, and instead of having a hoagie bun, they were out of the hoagie buns the day I was shopping, so I used a hamburger bun. But these will make great sandwiches. If I were doing it differently, I'd make the meatballs smaller. You can take these meatballs and put them into spaghetti sauce so that you can have another meal with them. I mean, it's very versatile. I had used 2 pounds or 2 packages of the turkey, and I think that I was experimenting because I had not done ground turkey before. I would add a little more seasoning to it. I would definitely add some Italian seasoning to it. But it's turned out well. I can't seem to keep them as fast as I could cook them. They were gone. And so I fried some and I baked some. And with the baked ones, they were a little drier than the ones that I fried, but they both turned out really well. When my children were young, we would make what we referred to as a refrigerator pie that didn't require any cooking. And I've done that with this one. I have a friend who likes mangoes, and I found that at Smith they had the mango orange juice. You can use lime juice, you can use lemon juice, you can use berry juice, whatever juice that you might want to use. To this, I added softened cream cheese, 1 8-ounce package of the Kroger brand cream cheese. Then I had 2 of these containers of whipped topping, and I mixed it all together. Then I chopped in a mango, and this is what it looks like. You can see the mango in this. It's really, really easy. You can use a store-bought pie crust to make this, and this one I froze because I was wanting to take it to a friend and I didn't want it to be soft. But this is really a simple dessert for the summer. Remember, any type of juice that you might, and we used a whole can of the juice, 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, 2 of the whipped toppings, 1 graham cracker crust, and just mix it all together, and then you have your dessert. So we started out with breakfast this morning, we have lunch, and now we have dessert. Remember, shopping at Smith's, it's a joy to shop there. The people at the checkout counter are so friendly. They'll take your groceries out to the car. They will help you lift. If you can't find something, they don't just point to an aisle. They take you to that place where you can find what you want. The produce department. They had a sale on something recently, and when I spoke to someone, they said, sorry, but we're out of those. They just bought them so quickly when they went on sale. So, excuse me. Remember that Smith's has some great products on sale, and the staff is just so friendly, so willing to help, and it's right here in Grants. Thanks for shopping, Smith's.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life to somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
Rochelle of First Street Cafe has been known as the Pie Lady for years. 2 years in a row, First Street Cafe has received the Best Dessert designation by the Grant-Cibola County Chamber of Commerce. Just a few of the breakfast items include quiche with fresh fruit, First Street's breakfast burrito, and check out the huge pancake. Lunch features a French dip sandwich with homemade potato salad. The special soup of the day and sandwich is sure to satisfy. First Street's chili bean soup is a crowd pleaser. The menu for breakfast and lunch offers a selection that will make your meal ever so special. Let's save room for dessert. Homemade coconut cream pie is a favorite, and it sells out quickly. Let's not forget the pecan pie and the cheesecake. Sugar-free desserts are available too. Rochelle and her staff welcome you to the best dessert in Cibola County. Plus, there's so much more to enjoy at First Street Cafe, located at 1600 West Santa Fe Avenue. For takeout orders, call 287-7111.
As I said earlier, we are celebrating the holiday season. We've just finished with Thanksgiving, and there's so many things that I'm thankful for, and even for this very rushed, busy time of the year, I'm thankful for that as well. So remember, be safe, don't drink and drive, please. We don't need you to be doing that. Your family doesn't need it either, but we want you to have a joyous and happy December. So stay tuned.